Hey guys, so today we're going to take sort of a closer look at the upcoming LR Gohan and LR Cell. Sort of look at what I think their leader skills could end up being, and then as well as their links, take a look at what I think those could be. And then finally we can end it off with just a team recommendation or two that I have for these two based off of their links that I think they'll have. Now, it's impossible to really predict the passive because historically we look at the passives of units. There's no like trend that they've established basically for these like passives for units before, so I'm not gonna be able to do that. But leader skills should be pretty, I guess, predictable, but not really. So we'll see how that ends up turning out. But basically, from what we know so far, this Gohan uses an active skill to transform from Super Saiyan to Super Saiyan 2. And then this Cell, it starts out as Cell, parentheses, perfect form, and then he has what seems to be a traditional transformation mechanic into a perfect Cell. And then he has an active skill for an ultimate attack. So just based off of that, they both have transformations, but the Cell, inherently to me, seems like the better unit for now, just because units with ultimate active skills just inherently have an edge over units without that ability, so just going into it with that in mind, what I want to do is just take a look at this Cell first, because I feel like he is going to have the same link set as this Cell. There's also the Tech and Int Cells, but those are much older than this guy, and I feel like they have a little bit more outdated links, right? So take a look at this guy. His link set is Revival, Messenger from the Future, Big Bad Bosses, Kamehameha, Nightmare, Shocking Speed, and Fierce Battle. Now what I think is going to end up happening is, prior to transforming, I don't think he'll have Revival because he had not revived yet. So I'm thinking maybe if we take a look at the I think the LR physical cell that exists right now. I think he has a Messenger from the Future or something there. So I think that's a pretty safe bet to have. And then he's going to have to replace one of these other ones. Oh, actually no, he already has Messenger from the Future. So I'm thinking maybe this can be replaced with Legendary Power because that has to be slapped on somewhere here. Maybe Kamehameha. I'm not sure if the pre-transformed version has Kamehameha or not. But I think once he transforms into this Cell, he's going to obtain Revival somehow. But I do think that so this version, the transformed version of Perfect Cell, is the new LR, is going to have the exact same link set as this guy, except obviously one of these links is going to be replaced with Legendary Power, which I assume to be this one because it's the worst, but we'll see. So now, what I think the leader skill could be, I definitely think this is a pretty big shoe-in for him, the Artificial Life Forms category. Right now we don't really have a clear-cut and like definitive leader for this team. Right now we only have LR Baby, who is 130% and then 4 key for the team, which is not the worst because you get 1 extra key, but you sacrifice a lot of stats for it. This guy's a sub, so I think he's like 100%, which is it's not really that great. But I think he would fit on this team very well just because of all of the Cell units you could end up using. So that I think is going to be one of his leader skills. I do expect him to at least have 170% attack. Maybe HP and defense could end up being like 150 for both. And then whatever else he has. But I do think, just going back to this, I do think both of these guys are going to be double category leaders. So I do think they're going to be leading 2 categories. So Cell, Artificial Life Forms, and then I think next there's a good chance he's a Transformation Boost leader. I know a lot of people are hoping for a Super type Transformation Boost leader, but I don't know, for some reason like it doesn't feel like they would ever make a Transformation Boost Super type leader. Because to me, Transformation Boost sounds like, I don't know, like a metamorphosis type thing. Not really something like you're turning from Super to like from base to Super Saiyan or Super Saiyan to Super Saiyan 2 or whatever. Maybe, I guess Ribrianne could technically be one if they ever did like a Dokkan Fest Ribrianne, or I don't know. It just feels more like a villain type of category to me. And so now the only category leader we have for this team right now is this Super Boo. And his main key link is Fear and Faith, which is not terrible for this category, but if we go ahead and take a look at like basically the main villain units that are on here. So Baby doesn't have Fear and Faith or Shocking Speed. So I'm just basing this off the fact that I think the new Cell is going to have Shocking Speed. Like I said, the same link set as this guy. So that'll be his main key link. But this boost uses Fear and Faith. So neither. This guy has Shocking Speed. This guy's Prepare for Battle. This guy is Over in a Flash. This guy has Fear and Faith, Shocking Speed, Fear and Faith. That's going to like all the main ones. Fear and Faith, Cell links, nothing really. Shocking Speed, Fear and Faith, Frieza links, Shocking Speed. I don't really know what does this guy even have? Might not even have anything. He has Shocking Speed, okay. Shocking Speed. This guy actually has Shocking Speed as well, and then Frieza links, and then this cooler has Shocking Speed. And then if we go through the super ones, I don't think anyone has anything except for this Goku who has Shocking Speed. So, in terms of like the Cell being a leader for this team, I do think he would be a better leader than Super Boo would be, just because I think more good units have Shocking Speed than Fear and Faith, and you could slide in this Goku there as well. He wouldn't be completely disregarded in terms of key because he does link up with Shocking Speed for the Cell, as well as many other units that you would bring to the team. So, pretty good chance he is a transformation boost leader as well. Hopefully 170%, but we'll see. Another, let's just go from here. So now Gohan, right? I am expecting that Gohan is going to have the exact same link set as this Gohan, because this guy is the Super Saiyan 2 Gohan LR. His link set is very good. He has Shocking Speed and Prepared for Battle. The only link that I think could be potentially changed is Gaze of Respect, because this is a link that Gohan shares only with Piccolo, so only Gohan and Piccolo units have this link. It's not too useful, especially on his teams that I think he'll have, but Kamehameha he'll definitely have, because we saw in the live stream that he does use a Kamehameha as his 18-key super attack while transformed. Super Saiyan he'll definitely have. Shocking Speed and Prepare for Battle, I'm pretty sure he'll just have both of these. Fierce Battle he'll definitely have, and Legendary Power he'll definitely have. So I could see them potentially replacing Gaze of Respect with something like Golden Warrior possibly, but we'll have to see. Maybe there's also the possibility to change it with like Soul versus Soul, but I don't think that that's going to happen. So then going into what I think could potentially be his leader skill, maybe a Hybrid Saiyan leader. I really do think this is a really, really good possibility. Like 95% plus sure that he will have the Hybrid Saiyan leader. This guy is, oh boy, how old is this guy? This guy came out 2017, right? After Gogeta and Omega. He was like the first category leader to come out after Gogeta and Omega came out. And this guy's leader skill is 130% attack and 130% attack, 172 defense and HP. Which makes sense for the time, because at the time this guy came out, his team was by far the best team in the game. If you had the full LR squad, so you had this Gohan, you had these guys who came out on the Rising Dragon Carnival banner after this banner, and then also the LR Trunk. So those three all on the same team under a 170 defense HP and a 130 attack leader skill was like unfathomably OP at the time. So it makes sense that that's what they went with for the leader skill. But nowadays, I definitely expect this team to get a 170% attack lead, and then I do think they would probably end up going with 150 to HP and 150 to defense, just to sort of make this guy's leader skill not completely irrelevant. So I think he would definitely make a good leader for the hybrid team. Let's see. And then I think another good team that he could potentially lead is a hypothetical Cell Saga team. And the way that I would think they would do that is they would probably end up combining the Cell Saga and the Android Saga together into one category. It's similar to how they do it with the Majin Buu Saga, because if you take a look at... Let me just pull them up real fast. If you take a look at units that are like movie-specific units, like these guys are actually in the Majin Buu Saga category. So yeah, Majin Buu Saga right here. So I feel like they would actually end up doing something similar with the hypothetical Cell Saga category. Like if you did just a Cell Saga category by itself without any like Android Saga units, I feel like it might be a little bit limited. I mean, obviously you would have like all the Cell units in it, which are pretty big, but if you include the Androids, you could have like the like 17, the 18s, and whatever else. Like, let's just go through the list here, because I pulled up a few units that I feel like could be in here. So obviously this Gohan's going to be in it. We have this Prime Battle Vegeta, who would definitely be in it, because this is Vegeta from his battle against Android 19, just based off of his super attack. Then we have this LR Trunks. I mean, I guess this could be a little bit of a wild card, because technically it was him versus Frieza, which is slightly before the Android Saga starts, I think. But would not be surprised if they ended up sliding him into a category like the Cell Saga. Then we have this Vegeta. Then we have this Gohan's from a movie, but like I said earlier, they like to do the thing where, like, if a movie happens in a similar timeline to the main series, then they usually just end up sliding them into the category as well, like the Majin Buu Saga. We have this Gohan from the World Tournament, who could be a good option. Again, these two Gohans would be able to fit on the team because the LR Gohan that we're getting is Super Saiyan 1 to start out with, so they would be able to be included on this team. So that's that. And then this guy getting an easy A soon, so I feel like this guy is going to be really, really good. Then we have this Vegeta, who's also really good from his battle against Cell. I think this guy would, I mean, there's no question he would be in a Cell Saga team because he's fighting, obviously, against second form Cell. Then we have this Super Trunks. This is actually a World Tournament Awakening for Super Trunks. And I do actually think that we could potentially be getting a new Super Trunks because there aren't that many good ones right now. There are the Awakenings for the Strength and the Physical Super Trunks right now, and then there's also this guy who I think is actually the best version of Super Trunks in the game. But, you know, we are getting a Part 2. It did not really elaborate too much on what will be coming in Part 2 other than the Gohan EZA and, like, the raid battle. But I think there's a very, very high chance that we end up getting an LR for Super Trunks, and also maybe potentially for Super Vegeta as well, but, you know, I just think this is an open slot for now. And then also this Yardrat Goku. I mean, just these are all examples, right? These are only super class characters. And then we also have like all the Cell units, all the 17s, all the 18s, whatever. So I feel like the category could actually be pretty good. And then this in combination with the Hybrid Saiyans category under one leader skill could be really, really good. Like, you have this guy, all these LRs, B-Pan's insane. You have, we'll get into team building now. Let's just go ahead and take a look at this team that I just quickly made. So this website does not have the obviously the new units because we don't know what they do yet, so they're not in the database yet. So for now I'm using placeholders. So this Gohan will be the Super Saiyan 1 Gohan. So your Super Saiyan 1 Gohan, the LR, and then this Gohan will be the friend leader. So you have both on the same rotation. I mean, you have both on different rotations. Then you have this LR Gohan linked up with this one. I assume again they're going to be sharing all 7 links together. So this quickly becomes one of the best partnerships in the game. And then in the other rotation you have LR Gohan, and then you have this Trunks, which is the only unit currently on the setup I have right now that is not available for global. We have him over here. Right now, currently, he is not transformed here at all, so only sharing 2 links, but once he transforms, he actually gets access to Super Saiyan and Golden Warrior, so he'll be sharing 3 links with this guy, and then it's possible that this guy ends up getting Golden Warrior as well, so he could potentially be sharing 4 links with him, which would be pretty good, but I do think this Trunks is really, really good. And then I ended up putting Bra on here, and the reason why I put Bra on here is A, she's a fantastic support unit, and then B, having her on here allows you to use this Trunks if on global you obviously don't have this Trunks and you have to replace him with somebody else, so I think that's a pretty good setup. And then just because we have 3 LRs on the main rotation, I felt that having Goten sort of floating as an orb changer would be pretty beneficial overall to the team. And then you sort of have these 3 here as sort of like, I don't know, backup, but I don't really want to call them backup because they're all insane units, right? So you could really slide these into any position that you wanted to. I mean, this Trunks, like, you could do a rotation of these 2 if you wanted, obviously. And then this guy, the thing with him is, if you ran this guy, you would really want to link him up with this Goten, because this guy is like super like key starved all the time, and he doesn't really have that many key links. So I feel like if you were going to run this guy, like, maybe this would be a potential rotation you could run. So I feel like you definitely want to run this rotation, right? Because it's just absolutely insane. But then I feel like for the second rotation, you can either go with this, you can go with this, or you can go with this, and then you could have maybe her on... if you're running this rotation, I feel like you would have her as a floater, and then with her, and then maybe also Goten. But there's a bunch of things you could do. I think these units are like the best pool that you can choose from for a hybrid team once this new Gohan comes out. Okay, so now we're moving on to the artificial life form team slash whatever. Oh, just to keep in mind, I made these teams just under 1 leader skill, so this is only hybrid Saiyans, and then this is only artificial life forms, because I think that those are the two most likely outcomes, like by a long shot. So here we have, this is going to be a placeholder for the new LR cell, and this is going to be a placeholder for the new LR cell. So pretty similar to the other setup. We have 3 LRs here. We have the old LR cell, we have this new LR cell, we have the new LR cell, and we have the EZA strength cell, who I believe will be sharing the exact same link set as this guy, obviously except for LR legendary power. And then as a floater, we have Kid Buu, who would fit on the team because he's actually in artificial life forms. Then we have this metal cooler who's dumb, so he definitely needs to go on the team as a floater, at the very least, supporting everyone else. And then LR Baby, I feel like, although he doesn't link the best with the other members of the team, he's just so powerful that it wouldn't hurt to just throw him on there if you have him. You can also go with any of these other ones. Like, this guy's actually a really powerful support unit. He's 2 key and then 30% attack and defense for this whole team. So maybe you could slot him in here instead of LR Baby if you wanted to. You could also do the same thing with Gohan, and then this cell's also very good because as a floater, he would actually link up really well. So you can see he shares 3 links with this guy, shares 3 links with this guy, shares 4 links with this guy. So him as a floater would actually end up linking very well with like the main rotation whenever he comes onto rotation, so he's a pretty good option as well. And then this guy is just always good, so heals up, does whatever. So that's pretty much going to be it for this one. Let me know what you guys think these units are going to look like in terms of leader skill and link skills. I mean, link skills is pretty safe bet that they're just going to be copies of this cell, and then where's the Gohan, and then this Gohan. But then leader skills, I think, is the big question mark right now. And we'll just have to wait and see what they do with the passive skills, but I don't think the leader skills are going to be anything insane. The only new leader skill that I feel like is a pretty safe bet for now is Cell Saga somehow. But we'll have to see what they include in there, right? So yeah, that's going to be it. I hope you guys enjoyed, and let me know down below what you guys think about this. I'm interested to read what you guys think, so see you all in the next one.